Hello everybody, welcome back to Blues Focus TV for another full-time match reaction video. And once again, I'm coming on here talking about a disappointing Blues performance. Wasn't good enough last week against Wigan, not good enough this week against Rotherham. Don't get me wrong, Rotherham look like a good side who play good football. They've had a good start to the season, unbeaten in their first 5 games, 2 wins, 3 draws and taking away 9 points. Us themselves and Reading are tipped by the bookies to go down this season. But the way Rotherham have started the year, it certainly doesn't look like that's going to happen for them. Still early days, of course, but as disappointed as I am with Blues today, don't get me wrong, Rotherham were never going to be pushovers. They are a good side who do play good football. Obviously, Richard Wood with both goals today, club captain, 37 years old, so fair play to him. But we certainly made Rotherham look like a better side than they actually are. First half, we were abysmal. 0 shot, 0 on target, 0 corners, lack of attacking threat. We did play a bit deeper than normal. Our 2 wing-backs, Colin and Williams, sat in our defensive half a little bit more, which makes sense. Rotherham like to play over the top through balls to the strikers or wing-backs. So it makes sense Eustace wanted them to play a bit deeper. But because of that, I feel we lacked a bit more attacking threat than we normally would today. And that was apparent in the first half. Their first goal I thought was a little bit cheap. Good ball into the box, don't get me wrong, but whoever was meant to be marking Richard Wood, I don't know who it was, whether it was Deeney, I'm not sure who was meant to be marking him, but he was able to just run through our defence and get the header on goal. Nicely taken header, but whoever's meant to be marking him, it was just really poor defending. It's quite a cheap goal to let in there. We're normally quite good in the air. Don't know what happened with that goal, but there you go. It summarised the first half pretty much. A cheap goal like that. We didn't deserve anything going into half-time. Second half, first 20 minutes, we did look a little bit better. We had a few chances. Hogan obviously hit the post within the first minute. And Bakuna's follow-up shot should have been a little bit better. Probably should have been on target, but sailed over the crossbar. And I thought that good start to the second half, which are a bit more attacking intent. To follow the rest of the game. And don't get me wrong, we did have another chance or two fairly late on in the game, maybe in the last 20 minutes, but unfortunately to no avail. Rotherham's second goal was quite nicely taken, a good ball into the box. It did sort of scramble its way over the goal line, but the build-up play was fairly nice and the good ball into the box got them their second. Roberts before that though, just before that, gave away quite a cheap penalty, to be honest. Don't know why he was dragging him back. He wasn't completely through on goal. I think he had enough time to get his body in front of him or try and make a challenge from behind, but decided to pull him back. Obviously, Roberts didn't play last week, so maybe that's just a bit of rust. I really don't know, but I thought that was quite a cheap penalty to give away. But in my opinion, we just looked completely out of ideas going forward. Defensively, we weren't as strong today. I thought, although I've said Rotherham looked like a good side and everything, I think if we want to be challenging in any way this season for maybe a mid-table finish, we need to be beating the likes of Rotherham, Wigan, or at least getting a point. Because when it comes to the teams like Watford, Norwich, we're really going to struggle. It's funny with Blues though, because we do tend to do better against the bigger teams. We got good results against Luton, Huddersfield, and Watford this season, but obviously struggled against both Wigan and Rotherham. So I don't really know why we've always been like that. It seems like we have in recent years, but we certainly need to be performing better against the teams who may be finishing bottom half of the championship table. Positive today, I feel like Ruddy's probably the only one. I think individual performances, there were very few that were decent. Obviously Ruddy saved the penalty and made a few other decent saves here and there throughout the game. I'm really happy with Ruddy in goal. He's looked good at the start of the season. He commands well. He demands a lot from the players. He was certainly frustrated with Rotherham had a good opportunity that was played across the box. It should have been 2. It was straight after their first goal. But you could see how frustrated Ruddy was with the defence, letting the ball get through that easily. So it's good to see that passion in the team and that want to win and succeed. So Ruddy I'm really happy with. I'm so glad we got him through the door. But honestly, that's the only positive I can think of today. I really try and be positive in these videos because I don't want it all to be doom and gloom with 5-6 games into the season. People already saying, oh, we're going to go down. Who knows? We might do, but it's still very early days. There's still plenty of games left to go. So we shouldn't be speaking like that quite yet, I don't think. But in terms of positives, apart from Ruddy, I really can't think of many. We just need more threat when going forward. That's all. We need to create more chances. We need to look like we have an idea of what to do in the final third. As I said in the last video, Eustace clearly wants to get the ball out wide and get crosses into the box. But even today, with the wing-backs playing a little deeper, we look like we struggled to do that as well. I find it difficult to see where the goals are going to come from this season. I don't think Deeney's good enough by any means. I know he's been a great player in the past. He's a big name. He's a big character. But I think Deeney's past it. And I don't like to say that because I've always liked Deeney, highly respected him. I think he's a great bloke, but he's just simply not been good enough since he's joined Blues. Hogan can be very hit and miss. He'll get 1 or 2 goals in one game and then go 3 games without getting a goal. I just don't know where they're going to come from this season. I reckon it will probably go something like Hogan will get 6 or 7, Deeney 2 or 3, Bakuna 2 or 3, James 1 or 2, centre-backs chipping in with 1 or 2 every now and then. Same with the wing-backs. I think goals will just come when they do from all over the shop. We certainly don't have that player that's going to get 15 or 20 in a season, and we certainly can't afford to get one in before the window ends. So a lot of the season still to go. We shouldn't be looking on this as a horrendous thing because Eustace still has plenty of time to turn things around. Before the Wigan game, to be honest, I would have said we had a decent start to the season, but these last 2 games really have been poor and they really haven't been good enough. Obviously got Norwich on Tuesday. That's going to be a tough one. They beat Sunderland 1-0 today, and Sunderland have had a good start to the season. Josh Sargent is on fire at the moment, so it wouldn't surprise me if he gets a hat-trick against Blues. It genuinely wouldn't. But yeah, a lot to work on for Tuesday. Hopefully we can pick up and do a little bit more because today simply wasn't good enough. But we just need that little bit more threat in the attacking third, and hopefully we can start picking up some more points. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep right on.